This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
Right now at 4, just as we're drying out from yesterday's rain and snow, another winter storm is expected to head our way. A very good afternoon to you. I'm Brent Solomon.
And I'm Kay Quinn. Our next weather system will move in tomorrow, bringing rain, snow, and cold air to the bi-state. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joining us now with the Weather First forecast. Scott?
And Kay, for tomorrow night and heading into Friday when all the changes will take shape. So through the day tomorrow, we should be just fine in St. Louis. Temperatures where we have had some sunshine and no snow on the ground are in the lower 40s right now. North and west of town, though, temperatures are a bit cooler. There's a look down in Arnold with a few clouds rolling in from the west and southwest. They'll kind of slip through the area here during the evening hours. Temperatures across the region, again, if you don't have snow on the ground, you're looking at temperatures in the lower 40s. But to the north and northwest of St. Louis, where there's a bit of snow on the ground, we do, in fact, at this point, have a situation evolving where temperatures are holding in the 30s as we melt the snow. So rain to snow, this starts in late tomorrow night into Friday. Windy weather. There's a limited snowfall potential, but there's an Arctic surge coming our way with sub-zero temperatures expected. That's not wind chills. Those are the actual temperatures. Probability of heavier snow, those darker blue shadings, that's well to the north and northwest of St. Louis. This won't be a big snowstorm, but potentially some impacts by about this time on Friday. And then the cold air, really the bigger impact.
All right, Scott, we'll check in shortly. Right now, families across the country are cleaning up after a string of violent storms Tuesday. Severe weather brought heavy snow in the Midwest, rain and flooding to the deep south and east coast, and even tornadoes in Florida.
The back of the house was ripping off, and I almost couldn't get the door shut. It was trying to suck the door open.
At least 5 people have died. Hundreds of thousands are without power. Forecasters warn more rough weather could be on the way.
The winter weather is being blamed for a deadly crash in southwestern Missouri. A crash report shows a 17-year-old girl, Kathleen Forrester of Rolla, died on I-44 in Laclede County near Phillipsburg. The Missouri Highway Patrol says she lost control of the car, hit a bridge pillar, and then was hit by a tractor trailer. An 18-year-old woman passenger was seriously injured. You can stay on top of the weather anytime. Text the word weather to 314-425-5355 and we'll send the Weather First forecast straight to your phone.
Now to a developing story in St. Charles. That's where police are now investigating a double shooting. You're taking a look at live images of the scene at Moore Avenue and Transit Street. Police tell 5 on your side around 1:40 this afternoon, several people got into a fight, which led to gunfire. One man was shot in his legs, hands, and shoulder. The other man shot in his leg. A person of interest is now in custody. You can look for updates on this story on KSDK.com and on the 5 on your side app.
Right now, St. Louis County Police investigating a deadly house fire in the Castle Point neighborhood. Firefighters first responded to a house fire on Barron Drive just before 9 last night. After putting out the fire, they found the body of an adult man. The victim hasn't been identified. If you have any information, you're asked to call St. Louis County Police. You can also remain anonymous and call Crime Stoppers, 866-371-TIPS. The Clayton School District recently announced plans to buy a 9-acre site next to Clayton High School. But the plan to purchase the former multi-million-dollar Caleres headquarters is facing some pushback.
That's right. Residents and even former mayors are concerned, saying the city could lose critical tax revenue. Our Justina Cornell joins us live in Clayton with the very latest developments for us. Justina.
Yeah, just yesterday, the Clayton School Board sent a letter apologizing for the lack of transparency and even said that the initial communication was inadequate. Now, when this was first announced last week, the district didn't say why it bought the building, but in this new letter, it said several options are on the table. However, the district denied reports that it could use the land for things like softball fields or tennis courts. Now, critics, including the president of the Clayton Condo Building Association, don't like the deal. They say they were blindsided by the school board's purchase and thought a developer was going to buy it instead. Now, they say if the property stays off the Clayton tax rolls, the city could lose revenue and potentially taxes could increase later on.
The taxes in the future would absolutely have to go up. Everybody was expecting this property to be sold and developed into a higher value property that would yield higher real estate taxes for the school district and the city, as well as sales taxes.
All right, very controversial there, Justina. Before you go, what's next? Any word on what could happen next for this plan?
Yeah, a spokesperson for the school district tells me that right now they're in their due diligence phase, so they don't have a closing date yet. As far as what's next, there is a school board meeting on January 17th for anyone wanting to attend. Reporting live in Clayton, Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
While delivering his State of the County address today, the St. Louis County executive used a little star power to make county government sound exciting.
I can picture it now. Taylor Swift flies across the state after attending a Chiefs game to practice her next record-breaking tour right here in St. Louis County. That would be better than our wildest dreams.
In his address, Dr. Sam Page cited improving crime statistics, teased new services where you can pay taxes online, and unveiled a new county logo and slogan. But he continued his call for a sales tax increase on online purchases.
We're losing out on as much as $10 million a year by not taxing these purchases in St. Louis County alone. So why leave money on the table and continue to make it more difficult for our small businesses to compete?
Well, here's the problem. The county tried that once and voters rejected it. Following his address, several county council members indicated they could organize a better messaging campaign with retailers to make their case to the public.
The St. Louis NAACP highlighting economic empowerment in our region. Today, the organization says $3 billion are supporting women and minority-owned businesses. The group says it has successfully secured economic benefits for those businesses and enhanced workforce inclusion in construction and professional services. The NAACP is also focusing on financial literacy.
Literacy, we will start from the cradle all the way up to careers, that we plan to impact literacy in order to move the financial needle further.
The organization is hosting a financial literacy event. It's this Saturday at its headquarters on Del Mar from 10 a.m. until noon.
The liquor department may start to look a little different at your local grocery store, the chain keeping products secure while reducing frustration for customers.
And it's a holy renovation, the former Catholic church that may soon become one of your favorite places to eat.
Political frenzy, why Hunter Biden was in the front row of a congressional committee hearing just a few hours ago.